Oh my God.
Malamente. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Malamente.
Malamente?
Hmm.
Um, yay? I don't know how to say what does it mean.
Okay. Okay. Um, I think it means something along like badly, but it's a Rosalia song. Malamente.
Love Rosalia here. I find it ironic how we started this segment talking about, foreign languages and such. Because
Hmm.
Becca, I want to talk to you about what's been going on in your life in the last month. And, I kept my Duolingo streak alive while I was abroad. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah. It's
Um,
honestly a feat. Yeah.
yeah. I was like paranoid when I got back. Can I say this is how demented I am? This is how Duolingo like makes you a weird person because I got up the other
Yeah.
day and Duolingo I feel like was like my anyway, the first day I was home.
Hmm.
Like literally I got home that night to my house at like 3 a.m. Went to bed and I woke up at like 8:30 because I'm jet lagged
Of
and
course.
Duolingo is like don't lose your streak because 8:30 is like 10:30 in Korea where I had just been.
Mm.
And so I think Duolingo like didn't get the message all the way. And so I was like, oh no, am I about to lose my streak? So like literally I do a lesson real quick, like from my bed,
Yeah.
and then I can't go
Boom.
back to sleep because now thinking in multiple languages at once.
Yeah. And the blue light, of course.
Yeah. And so, but like, yeah, anyway. But Becca, I opened
Yeah.
my Duolingo app one day and I see Challenger approaches. And who is it but my friend Becca?
Yeah. Yeah, I was
So
there.
tell me a little bit about the decision.
Yeah, to download. Yeah.
Yeah, to get on
Um,
to say, you know what, this is my journey now.
yeah. Well, I was like, I am spending a lot of time on my phone. I really do want to learn another language.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do something like kind of like productive, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, and at first, so I like log on, make my account, whatever. They're like, okay, so by the way, like what did you want to learn? And I was like, damn, that's a great question from them.
Yeah, because I was surprised when I saw the language.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, Swedish. Like, oh, like
You're like, I love their fish, so
why not, guys? And I was like, oh, my aunt used to speak that. Like she picked it up pretty easy when she had her Swedish husband that she then divorced. And so, long story. But I was like, okay, that should be easy enough. Guys, it is so ugly sounding to me, actually. Like,
Really?
like it started off kind of fun, and then you started to get to like the conjugating part, and I was like,
Mm.
"Ooh!" They start hitting you with the like "joik" and the like "meow," and I was like,
Oh my
"Ooh."
God. Wait, you should go to IKEA. I bet, oh my God, I'm gonna take you to IKEA and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm like home all of a sudden.
Well, hala. I think that's all I remember from Swedish because 20 days into my journey, or 15 maybe, I did switch to Spanish.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I've been learning Spanish now,
Oh.
which I was
I
like,
didn't
okay,
I didn't
that
see
is,
that. I was just like, oh, Becca's just on her
yeah.
Swedish journey.
No, no longer, no longer.
Hmm.
So, I was like, that is actually so much more useful, because the amount of people actually at work that need someone who speaks Spanish, and I'm like always the only one there and I always can't help them.
Hmm.
So I was like, how lovely would it be if I could like conversate with these nice women and tell them where the blush is?
Hmm.
Um, and also I have loved Rosalia for a long time. And I
Yeah.
was like, how lovely would it be to understand her?
Hmm.
And of course, Neela, my good friend, speaks
Oh,
fluent
yeah.
Spanish at this
Hmm.
point and has a Barcelonan boyfriend. So it's not like I don't
Wow.
have access to people who will speak with me,
Yeah.
like seems so much better. And so I am a demon fully. If I am not in the top three of a league, I'm freaking out. If
Oh, I won't stay if I'm not in top three of a league, I'm like not staying in promotion zone.
I have never not been in promotion zone because it actually gives me anxiety. I can't tell you why.
Really?
I like need to be promoted.
Oh my God.
I need to be promoted because
No,
what
I'm
happens if
fine.
you don't?
You just stay in. Well, if you're in, you could be in the regular, like, you can be in like a sweet spot where like you're not promoted or demoted, but then there is like you can fall into the demotion zone.
And that would be so sad. Like, that would be so
Yeah, I
sad to
haven't been
me.
demoted yet. Um,
Good.
although I think it's like if you don't like if you just like if I for whenever the league ends, like a new one just started for me, but like oh, a new
Mm-hmm.
one just started for me like today or yesterday maybe. But like if
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't like if I had stopped yesterday, I think I'd just stay in the same league. Like I don't even think it matters.
Okay. I'm sure
Like
there's
it'll
people who never look at the leagues.
yeah, which no, but it kind of like makes you a little bit. The app like makes you look at it.
Yeah, they give you no diffs for sure. But like
No, and
people
that's
that
the worst. No, but that's the worst thing about being in the top three because then your phone is blowing up the rest of the day, being like, "Oh, this person took your space. Oh, this person took." I'm like, "Girl, I don't care. I'll figure it out
let them
next time
have
I'm on the
it.
app."
Yeah. Yeah,
Ugh,
you're right. Yeah.
no. Sometimes
But
it is intense, like how much. No, because now that I'm in like I'm in the Obsidian League now, and you have to earn like a lot of EXP to like stay in it.
yeah, I'm sure. I
No, if I
yeah,
and when I get promoted to Diamond League, like,
can't imagine the
babe, I bet it's gonna
standards.
be crazy. I bet the standard's gonna be so high.
Are you a super Duolingo user?
I am.
I saw.
You said I actually asked the question knowing the answer. You said I actually
Because
baited you into saying that.
because I wasn't sure if when you click on someone else's profile and it has the super icon, if it's trying to say if it's just like an icon thing or if it's
Mm-mm.
saying that person is super. Because also then my stepdad pays for Duolingo and I just told him about it 3 days ago.
You might have a free
Anyway,
trial.
okay, good point.
Because that's how I got started. Because they like gave me like when I first started, they were like, "Oh my God, here's Super Duolingo on us," and then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh, I like this," and then it was like I
Might
just
as well
ended up
keep
doing
it.
it because I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? If I really want to like do this, why not
Mm-hmm.
invest some money in it?
Yeah. Good on ya.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I do
try and
eventually
get
want to like
by.
move beyond Duolingo and actually get in like an actual class because there are some things where it's like sometimes I
Duolingo's
wish
not
it
gonna explain to you things
yeah, Duolingo just
sometimes.
doesn't like explain certain things. They're just like,
Yeah.
okay, until you get it wrong and they're like, okay, and I'm like, well, couldn't you have explained it to me before I get it wrong?
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been so kind of you?
Like
Okay.
there was something today where I'm like, how was I even supposed to know? Yeah, and
Yeah.
sometimes the way it works, like sometimes it'll be like today I started a new unit and they're like, "Oh, want to try a extra hard level?" And I'm like, "No, cuz like then when you do that sometimes cuz there are certain units where like they teach you vocabulary
Mm-hmm.
and those tend to be a little bit easier. But
Yeah.
then if you choose the harder one, they'll just throw you in with the vocabulary and you don't get to like learn it actually.
Yeah. So it's like, guys, don't don't even offer because I'm never gonna take you up on that.
Yeah. So,
Listeners.
but
So
yeah,
do you think
so
it's like you can like kind of conversate in Spanish a little bit from your time on Duolingo?
yeah, a little bit. Like I can I was sending my friend Ian. Well, it was interesting because I was listening to that Spanish artist that I saw in concert when I was in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Um that sounded like one of those fake sentences that you make up to like somebody wants you to know they went to Spain and so they were like, "So, when I was in Barcelona, I saw this Spanish
Barcelona.
artist when I was in Spain, right?"
Picking
And
up and putting down.
anyway, so but she's a Spanish artist and I was listening to her music today and I was like I was picking up certain phrases, like I was recognizing certain things. And
Yeah.
apparently that's like a really good way to help learn. Like if you watch like media in your target language or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to do more research into it, but I really want to watch Drag Race España,
Mm.
and I feel like my language learning would be a good excuse to do that.
Yeah, more to come on next week for my plans with that.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh wow. But yeah, I do listen to a lot of like Rosalia and yeah.
Yoda says
Um,
yeah. And I
but
definitely
yeah,
like yeah, so do you have any like Duolingo like who's your favorite character on Duolingo?
the goth girl.
I like Lily as a person, but the AI robot who they get to like do her
She
voice,
speaks really slow.
and she also doesn't have any tone.
You're right.
Like it's the same thing. So like when it's like she asks like she just says something and like they're like, "Oh, that was a question." And I'm like, "Well, her voice doesn't change."
That's on y'all.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but no, I like whenever they speak and I have to go choose the English, I try and block out so that I'm just hearing it, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah.
And she's been helpful with that because she talks so slow. So love her for that. She's also kind of hot anyway, guys.
Anyway.
Forget it. But yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time doing that.
Hmm.
What else have I been doing? So I did my substitute teaching.
Miss Hobart.
Yes, I'll tell you about the first job I had, um, which was at my middle school that I went to.
Oh my God.
And so walking back in there
That's
and
like young.
being, yeah, I had not been there for a long time. And I was like, damn, I'm so tall. Like all these middle schoolers were really tiny, kind of. And I was like, wow, it's crazy.
Isn't it
And
crazy what like kids look like now that we're like adults?
I was shocked.
And now, like when I see kids from my high school, like freshmen from my high school, I'm like, oh my God,
Babies.
those are literal
Babies.
children. And I'm sure
Yeah.
people who are like 40 look at us that way.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Yeah, you're right. Like I know, but anyway,
Ain't that about a
um
bitch? Anyway.
crazy. Um but so like obviously substitute teaching is so easy because all of the kids have like their own personal laptops. So you just tell them like, yeah, you're going to do this and you're
They
going
have
to
three
blah blah blah
iPads
blah blah.
apiece.
Literally. They have a full set of MacBooks and
They have a
such.
5G tower.
Their own Wi-Fi, password encoded. But I was looking at the seating charts for one of the periods, and I was like, "Oh, I know that name. That's Ryan's cousin. That's my cousin's cousin." And I was like, "That's hilarious." I was like, "But no, that child must be 5. He could not be 13, but he was." And so I'm trying to remain professional, but when he saw me, I thought he was going to puke. He was like, like, never would have expected for me to be his substitute teacher.
Cousin Becca.
No, literally everyone that was because he like obviously freaked out. And so everyone was like, you know her? You know her? And he was like, she's my cousin. And I was like, well, no, actually, we're not cousins. But so close, so close. Our cousins are cousins. Um, but I, I hate to like play into stereotypes and such, but like it is true that like the gifted kids are so much more better behaved.
You're like, when I'm in
I
a gifted
cannot
classroom, it's like I'm on vacation.
literally I get to kick my feet up and relax.
They bring me
But
drinks.
like, oh my God, they just were quiet, which
Hmm.
is all I asked. Um, and then the other kids were not.
Wait, so like what happened? So you walk in.
Yeah.
It's middle school, so they like change classes. So you have like what? Like a couple classes throughout the day?
Yeah, so I had like the homeroom, which was like an extended period, and then so I was the English teacher for this like team because they're
Okay.
the way the middle school works, there's like three
So you go
teams. So
today we're learning the bell jar.
yeah, I've brought my own lesson actually for you all. Sylvia Plath. Um, no, basically I was like, okay, you guys are finishing your test, and then I do that like 5 times in a row. And then I went to the cafeteria and covered like some lunch duty where this was crazy. This is a new rule they started. They have to raise their hands and ask to throw their trash away.
Oh my God. What do you
Because at first
mean?
no, like they can't get up unless they raise their hand first. So I was like, I don't know if there's a rule, but everyone can go as soon as I was like, raise your hand. I was like, go. Go.
Well, you're a damn trash away. I don't
No,
care if
literally.
you're transgender. Clean your damn microwave.
Clean your damn microwave. No, like, yeah, like. But I was like, I'm right here. Like, it's gonna be fine, guys. You can throw your trash away. Anyway. Um, and then I also covered a period in a learning support classroom that day, which they were a hoot and holler, I tell you that much. Because it's
Like
basically
funny,
kids
or
with
they were
ADHD. No, like
oh
they all just have ADHD is basically it. So like
like they're zooming around the class like greyhounds, like
no, they do have to like sit and like they do have to like excuse themselves from the desk to like go sit and do work.
hmm.
And you do have to remind them like, okay, like remember you have a worksheet right in front of you to do. And sometimes they're like, I actually can't acknowledge that.
I don't give a
I'm not
fuck.
and I'm not gonna do it. Thank you,
They
ma'am.
write IDGAF in the name slot.
No, some of them, yeah. No, there's one girl that kind of ate me up a little bit because okay, for attendance, I was like, let me be so fun and like curious. Instead of you saying here, tell me your favorite superpower or what superpower you would choose if you could.
Uh-huh.
And so most of them were like really fun and cool about it. But this one kid looks me dead in the eyes and goes, no. And I was like, you don't have a superpower you would want? And she was like, no. And I said, fair enough. Guys, that's what makes superpowers super. Not everyone wants them. And that's
You said you understand
honestly
that with great power comes great responsibility, and you are maybe identifying yourself as somebody who can't shoulder all of that. And that's actually emotionally mature of you.
And I respect you for that. But don't ever. No, but like she did eat me up and I was like, damn. Gagged her a bit.
Gagged
No.
her a bit for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But generally really fun. And yeah, I've been taking a lot of jobs. So making that whatever $90 a day. And guys, this is honestly a perfect opportunity for me to find love somehow because a lot of teachers are really hot. And
Really?
specifically other substitute teachers, they must have had a big old 2022 graduation at the teachers association. And there's a lot of subs right now who are really cute.
Well, you are with that guy from Hinge.
You're right, guys.
Guys, Becca texted me randomly like last week. It was like, oh, I have been wanting to tell you something. And I'm like, well, why would you do that? We mine our relationship for content. Like, we're not allowed to know about each other's lives when we're not talking once a
Yeah.
week on a podcast.
So then Quinn blocked me for 24 hours and then finally after the block
But then
lifted.
she like found my burner, and so she was like, okay.
Yeah.
But Becca texts me and she's like, I've been meaning to tell you, I've been seeing someone. And I was like, oh my God, really? And she's like, yeah, we met on Hinge and like we've been on a few dates. And I was like, how did the conversation end? You sent me a oh. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll send you a picture of him. And it's it's a picture of Spencer dressed as like not Jamie Lee Curtis, but he kind of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Spencer from iCarly. And I was like, what? And she was like, oh, I just pranked you. And I'm like, well, it lasted all of like 5 minutes.
I know, but I loved it. I did that to my friend at work where I was like, oh yeah, I forgot because I had the photo up and I was like, damn, I need to like prank someone with this right now in this moment. So I came up with that and I was like, I feel like that would work perfectly on Quinn. And, and it did.
I feel like when I was
Around
in
3 minutes.
Thailand, I got like a really good one over on somebody, but I forget what it was.
I love pranks. Ooh, that's also something during substitute teaching. Guys, I told all of the kids, yeah, that I was 45 again. Of course
Did
I
you
did.
actually?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the one kid was like, well, you look 20. And I was like, I'm sticking to it. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
Do they ever
Anywho.
comment on your tattoos, or you can't like show them, right?
No, you can show them. Like everyone was fine
Oh,
with it. No comments though. This one kid said that I had beautiful hair once.
wow.
All the comments I've received.
He was coming on to you.
I know. A little suspicious. Anywho.
Sus.
Um, yeah. Something also that's kind of been overtaking me, and I literally, guys, I can't even believe I'm about to say this and that it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what sparked it was my friend Lauren, who we all know here.
Yes.
She has a
Famous.
nephew who lives in Florida, but he was visiting. Well, the mom, he's a baby, so he's one, so he
Okay.
couldn't fly himself. Um, but so we went to dinner and I met the baby for the first time. And
Mm-hmm.
he was so cute. And at one
Mm-hmm.
point, he he was sitting next to us and me between us, and he just like hugged me. He just looked at me and chose to hug me. He can't even speak yet.
Mm-hmm. But he,
And
but
I
he
was
performed a
like,
vibe check. Yeah.
exactly. And he was right about it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, dear God, that was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I have the urge to be a mother.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's something I can relate to a little bit because I literally, I wonder if you guys can see this. When I was in Japan, I went to the Pokemon Center
Oh
and
yeah.
I bought that Snorlax.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just like a little like foot long like plush thing.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, the amount of joy this thing has brought me, like
Oh.
I find it so cute and like I like play with it. I like talk to him. I like
Oh my
make him rub
God.
his own belly and I'm like one day I was doing it and I was like, "Oh, this is how people with babies feel." Like it's just like a
Oh yeah,
baby is
yeah,
like this time a
fully.
thousand. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
I
actually,
get
yeah."
it. I find yeah. And so I've just had crazy baby fever like lately. And I still know like I do not want to be pregnant, but now I'm like, dang, where can I like buy a baby at?
Where can I get one on the black
Damn.
market?
Seriously. But yeah, so it's just something I didn't see coming for myself.
Maybe
Um,
we should get a baby together.
well, that's I think would be lovely.
My mom would be so happy if that happened.
My mom would be so happy too.
Because my mom be hitting me up for grandchildren like it's nobody's business.
Damn.
And I'm like, where do you think I'm getting one of those?
Off the black market,
I was
obviously.
like, I can't even find me a suitor.
Damn, yeah, I need a mate first,
Yeah, that's like the whole thing too. I mean, single parents, but
right?
you
So much
know, a
harder.
lot of
So
fucking
much
work,
harder.
seems
Yeah,
like. Um,
if I had to guess.
if
Yeah.
I had to take a wager.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I do have like a caring impulse. Like I do want to just like care for something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I also really want like a dog or something, even
Yes.
though like my life won't be conducive to a dog for a long time. So I'm always like, like I
I
feel
know, because
I
it's so
yeah.
hard to like find places that accept dogs and won't charge you like $500 and like take a vial of your blood.
And also something about me is I'm a Sagittarius, so like I can't like stand the fact that like I could be somewhere and be like having a good time, but then I'm like, oh, I have this thing that'll shit in my house if I don't like go and let it out.
Right.
Or I have this thing that like will get hungry if I don't feed it. Like I
Yeah,
have me and like I do that, but like it's like
I
me,
can
so I don't
handle
care.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. But like a
No,
little
you're right.
animal? No. Like
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not like I don't know. I'm not ready to like have that responsibility quite yet.
Hmm. Well, I also met Macy's cat,
She's
and
a
cats are
cat.
honestly, yes, very cute
Mm.
cat. And I'm
Well,
very
cats are low
allergic.
maintenance.
Yeah, they're very low maintenance. So that is something that's good if you are looking for an animal. But cats do last forever also.
Yeah,
They get old as fuck.
you'll be in it for the
Anyway,
long haul.
exactly. All right.
And like the pooping in the house, especially if you
Oh,
live in like a space that's like small.
yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, because like there's nothing worse than going into someone's apartment and like You're like, you walk in and you're like, oh, there's a cat that lives here.
The litter.
One time I went to somebody's apartment and they were like, she was like, oh, I have like my cats running around too. And I'm like, I know you do. I know you do actually.
I actually smelled that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my nose told me about that before like my eyes could even take in what was going on in here.
No, Macy's is not bad though. Um,
I don't, yeah. I feel like
yeah,
Macy would be pretty good about it.
yeah, she is. Um, okay, and then at my other job, since I am a two-job lady right now,
Well, it's a beauty.
yes. Um, you may have seen us on the news. There was a group, well, a couple, who hit a lot of Ulta Beauties and did steal things. And
And you weren't a part of them?
of the Steelers,
Yeah.
not this time.
Not this
But you know
time.
what's crazy is they were using to steal all the things a stroller, an empty stroller,
Really?
and just putting perfumes in it. Yeah.
Really?
And so they hit a bunch all up and down the coast, but my involvement
All
in
up and down the coast.
it. Yeah. Yeah. They said, let's take this big for a joyride. Um, but my involvement in it is
You were the inside guy.
so well, there are security cameras all around Ulta.
Uh-huh.
And so you can sort of see like them do it. And then you can also see like me and one of my managers like right next to them, like as
Uh-huh.
they're stealing, like goofing off and like throwing our shoes at each other and like absolutely like having a girls gab moment.
You're like, so
And
when
like
corporate sees this,
and like absolutely not paying attention to anyone else in the store. So yeah, I was like, oh, that is so much of a
you
bummer.
said that reflects so poorly on me, actually.
To be fair, I was actually at that point clocked out.
You said, so I'm,
I can't be indicted in that.
and honestly,
But
even more than like them making up for lost product, they would probably prefer not to pay you overtime.
exactly.
Not
Well,
to
so yeah.
disparage Alta. We're
No,
not
it's true.
disparaging Alta. I'm just saying, as a
I
business
will.
person myself,
That's how it goes. That's how
that's
the
how it
cookie
goes.
crumbles. Yeah. But yeah, it's just quite hilarious when the next day they're like, "Oh yeah, you were seen on camera and that footage was sent to a lot of people because we had to turn it in."
It was sent to Mr. Alta himself.
Yeah, Mr. Alton, he is pissed.
He
No,
said,
it's
I want
just
those girls in my office tomorrow morning.
and bring their shoes too.
Bring those
Um
fucking shows too.
yeah, so it's just a little goofy and a little embarrassing, but it's not gonna like get me fired or whatever. But LOL.
Live, laugh, love.
Um,
Wait, what was I
exactly.
about to say? So do you have those little sensors at the door?
Yeah.
I always wonder how much those actually work,
So the
or if they're just like a
sensors,
placebo effect.
no, like they do go off. The stickers also, I didn't realize this. The stickers on things that they're like gray and are like, this is a sensor. I
Mm.
always thought that those were total bullshit. Those go off.
You
And what
said
sets them,
actually they do.
they really do. No, I think like I wasn't there when the people had left, but I think that they beeped and they just like ran out. Like we can't really stop you then. Like
Oh yeah.
bye. You know.
That's what they always say about Wawa too. Like if you see someone stealing, you can't like chase them.
It's most businesses because
Yeah.
obviously there's been a history of like store associates profiling people and being wrong, and then people are like,
Oh,
so yeah,
it's also a liability thing, I think, too, in case they like get
yes,
violent or something.
exactly. You
Or
cannot
like
interfere.
if you chase after somebody and then you like fall and like break your leg,
Right. Then Ulta owes you two hundred
Alta's
thousand
liable, yeah, at
dollars.
that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So you're right. But
well,
yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed with the fact that you were not bringing people to justice, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, I did what I could not do.
You said,
Yeah.
baby, I'm gonna be me regardless.
I'm gonna live my goofy,
And
silly life. It's
yeah.
fine. Yeah. And then, of course, the most recent thing I did, and the last thing that I did, was visited friend of the podcast, frequent visitor, Macy
Mm.
Falciosini. Oh, I said her name wrong. Pardon me, Macy.
Easy Falciosni.
Macy, I'm so sorry. I love you so deeply. I don't know why I did that. Macy Falcioni. That's what I meant.
You're like, I'm gonna say it 10 times fast to show you I
I
know it.
definitely
Wait,
do.
you're kind of me coded right now.
No, like, yeah, that was so me of you. Or
You're
wait.
obsessed with me. It's
It's
crazy. It's
crazy, actually.
weird even.
Sorry, babe. I just miss you so much.
Who else here
Um,
was terrified?
who was fucking scared? Um, but yeah, I have some bones to pick with the
Mhm.
Lehigh Valley Airport's security staff.
There's a
First of
Lehigh
all,
Valley airport.
yeah, ABE, babe. 3 gates.
Wow. Oh,
3 gates.
word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. But somehow they had a flight for me from to Chicago, and then Chicago I could jump over to Madison real quick.
Okay,
But
work.
anywho, so I've been there before, and with my insulin pump and stuff, I have to ask for a pat down. But this, when I was like, "Hey, got to be pat down," she was like, "Actually, you can go right through," and I was like, "No, like no,
It's
like,
very me with the camera.
yeah, like what? I know why I asked."
Except you'll blow up.
Exactly, which is honestly going to be just more expensive than.
You said so it's actually in your interest. Do you want to be washing guts off the sensor in 2 minutes?
Yeah, you
Because you
better
in
get
about
somebody to
if
pat me
I go
down.
through there in about 5 minutes, your supervisor gonna be asking you to get the hose.
And you are going to be pissed and out the
Yeah.
job, honestly. Um, yeah, so then she's like, "Oh, okay." It takes them like 15 minutes to find like a woman because I guess well, they assume your gender and then they scream out your gender that they have assumed and then ask another person of that gender pat you down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so fascinating actually. But so then this woman is like, "Okay, here's how it's gonna go, whatever." She must be in the running for a promotion or something because she was trying to prove herself. She took this bat down so serious. I
Oh
cannot
my
even,
God.
like, she almost entered me.
I've totally. Well, I told you about when I was in Boston, I got like the full pat down and he went under my waistband
Yeah.
of like my
Oh,
pants and he fully like felt my between me
yeah.
down there with like the back of his hand.
Yes. Yeah. So
And I
there
was
was
like,
a
suddenly I'm
moment
getting a hand job in security. Like,
like, damn. And I'm one of those girls, like, I'm so chill. I don't ask for a private screening. So it's in front of all these people,
no, I
women,
wanted to
children.
be
It's
in
scary.
public so I could let everybody
Yeah.
see what they were doing to me.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, she I thought she was gonna enter me, and she almost did.
She very
Just
damn well near came close to.
just the fingertip, babe. But damn, I was like, whoa, she was so real for that. And then she's like, "Okay, you're done." I was like, "Okay, thank you, ma'am." And then they're like,
You're like,
this
should I
guy's like,
call you or?
like, how's this gonna work? What are we? Um, and then her coworker is like, "Do you have a candle in here?" And I was like, "No, sorry, I have a jar of Smucker's peanut butter." And he goes, "Oh," and tosses it in the trash in front of me. And I was like, "Okay, oh my
Why?
goodness." I don't know. I don't know if they counted it as a liquid or like what that
Have you taken
was.
that through security before? Probably, right?
not not Smuckers on a not in a
Not,
carry-on.
not
And it's
Smuckers.
organic, so that could be it's more liquidy, I
Remember when they
suppose.
got recalled? That was dark for you, probably.
So
Or no,
not the
that was
kind I
Jif.
get. Yeah, no. Don't you worry.
Choosy
Thank you
moms choose
though.
Jif, actually. That's what
Yeah,
I've
I'm so
heard.
choosy I get organic, babe. Um, but yeah, so then the rest of the flying went fine. The Chicago airport is big.
O'Hare. Or were you at
Yeah.
O'Hare or Midway?
O'Hare. Yeah,
Mm.
and that
Yeah,
was
O'Hare
cool.
is big.
Um, one of my favorite activities is to people watch in the airport.
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh my God.
Great place people
Also,
watch because everybody's on their worst behavior.
yes. And also it's just like there is something about it where like there are cuties at the airport.
Oh, 1,000%. Oh,
And like
I fell in
uh
love with this Turkish man on my flight from Istanbul to
uh
Thailand.
falling in love at the airport and like all you could hope is like that they'll be the person sat next to you.
Yeah, and you're like,
Um, but then it's actually some 60-year-old guy who plays like Sudoku the whole time. So you're like,
okay,
okay.
don't talk about me like I'm not here.
Hey.
Do you know I love Sudoku puzzles?
No, like I love Sudoku too, but like I'm not gonna like keep the light above me on the whole time to play it on a plane.
Oh my God, I did get into the games on my flight from Korea and I was playing poker.
Oh, okay.
My first round, I kind of flopped. I was out fourth out of four, but then my second round, oh baby, I was in the top two.
I don't know how to play at all.
I'm like 75% of the way there.
Okay. All right.
Me and my friends played a lot last spring.
Okay.
Um, and I don't know like all the combinations, like sometimes, but Becca, you'd actually be really good at it because half of it is lying.
Oh, perfect.
You'd actually be a pretty good poker player, I think, because I feel like you could convince people.
I'm really good at Mafia for that reason.
Yeah. Oh my God, you'd be so good at the traders.
Oh, I'm sure.
Becca, we
I
should
don't
go on
even
the
know
traders
fully.
together.
Okay, let's find out how.
You'd be a trader and I'd be a faithful, and you'd be like pulling my chain the whole time, and I'd be like, so I'd never accuse my friend of being a traitor. And then you'd be like, oh my God, I have her hook, line, and sinker, actually.
I got the bitch. Damn. Alrighty. Cool. Yay. All right, let's try to get that in
And
the
then we could be Alan
works.
Cumming.
I feel like we would get on with him so well.
I know, he would love us. No, he would love
Yep.
us.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait.
All right. I feel like we should
Wait,
actually try.
should we audition?
Definitely.
Maybe we could meet. We could definitely. That's how we meet Kate.
No, like,
Could you
yeah.
imagine if we met Kate? What would happen?
I don't know, like, if she would like us,
Probably would not.
but we would
Or
love her.
I could see her being obsessed with us. Maybe.
It could go either way.
If I worked in a stew capacity with Kate Chastain, we would be best friends.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
Because I would be about my fucking work.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't
know?
even worry.
I was also talking to a former friend of the pod, Lauren Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
and she is actually watching Below Deck right now, and she was texting me about it, and we were
Perfect.
talking about what if me and her were stews together.
Oh, fascinating. Because you have worked together before. It's true.
I didn't even think about that when we were talking about it, but yeah, we were coworkers.
Yeah.
Um, and she was like, "You would be second, and you would be like bossing me around." And I was like, "Oh my God!" But Lauren, I think you would be second because you're a beautiful person to have like facing people, you know?
Mm. Honestly, I could probably get down in laundry. Like, that wouldn't bother
Oh,
me too much.
I would be really good at that job.
Yeah.
I love doing laundry. It's
And
one of my
I
favorite
just
things,
like,
actually.
yeah, like it seemed like no one really bothers you down there.
Oh, 1,000%. I could put on my AirPods. Oh, and you're close to the crew mess, so you be getting all the tea. Like, you
No,
know what's going on,
exactly.
actually.
Like, it's just chill like that.
No, I feel like I would be really good at being a stew, but also I feel like part of what I wouldn't be good at is I would not be able to hide and conceal how I feel about people.
Oh, if guests were annoying me.
If guests were being rude to me, I dropped their food on their lap. Sorry.
Oops.
Oops.
Didn't
Oh my
see you
God. Oh
there.
my God. Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. And there are no more napkins on the boat.
We're
Oh
gonna have to fly them
no.
in.
Oh no.
No, this like sucks. This like sucks.
Oh my God. That's so hard for you. Wait. I'm
My
sorry. I'm
God.
sorry for you, actually.
I like I definitely wouldn't be able to be deck crew though. Oh my
Oh,
God.
I would hate that. I would be able to do it, but I would hate it, I
I
think.
would hate it so much. Um, anywho, so okay, my time in Wisconsin. So I did go to arrived on Friday or Thursday night, and then Friday I went to work with Macy because it's basically a free for all there. Like I said, it's basically a college
You
campus.
just went to work with her?
Yeah.
Take your child to work day?
No, it was that vibe. Like there's no like you
No
could just
rules.
walk in. They have tours all the time also, so like there's so much
And I was there giving you
seating
the
everywhere.
tour.
Exactly, and you did so good.
I thank
Um,
you.
but yeah, each building is themed. Macy was not lying about that. And it's crazy. And then
What's the
there's like a
theme?
big
Like Pixar or
so you're so close. There is a Disney building.
oh,
Alice in
I don't.
Wonderland, Oz. Yeah. But Macy's building is jungle themed, so that one's cool. But
And what does the company do again?
it's a tech company. They do medical records.
Okay, work.
Yeah. But like, oh man, it's just like what you would think. Like I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, yeah, probably.
Theranos.
No, it was really crazy, but it was cool.
Macy's working the
Great to
next
see.
Theranos.
She's on it. There's like 12,000 employees, and there's an
Crazy.
auditorium that fits all of them. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
And
That
once a
must be a
month they
huge
all go
fucking
there.
auditorium.
Yeah.
Because my high school auditorium was so big and it had like 1,200 seats. So it's like that, but times 10.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Oh boy. Yeah. So crazy to think about. But that was cool. Um, and then yeah, I got to meet all of her friends and guys, I danced the night away at we found somehow I have a talent for finding the tequila cowboy of every city I go to. Because we
A
went to this
talent or a
place.
curse?
It's both
Bofa.
because I love Tequila Cowboy, but it's also the worst place I've ever been in my life. So like I love it and I hate it. I can't get away from it. Um, but there was a mechanical bull.
Oh my God.
But also something that was really messed up was that there was a $5 cover charge to get in. And to me, that's just like the most despicable thing you could do as an establishment.
Charge a cover?
Yes. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. It's
Yeah.
rude.
I don't know. There's like, I feel like for a cover, it's like you need to like, there needs to be a reason why there's a cover, right? Like,
And they're never gonna give that to you.
if there's like a DJ playing or if like there's like
Sure, a
a
show or
like there's a
something.
show, like I understand it, but like you're like if it's just like a cut, like if you just go somewhere and there's like a cover for like just no reason, it's really
If you're
weird.
just demanding cash from me, which I never have,
Yeah, no.
like you're unfortunately not gonna get it. But I did convince the kid to like pay my cover for me, so that was good. Oh,
Five
I did
dollars
not.
isn't horrible either.
Yeah, no, it was fine.
I've
But
definitely
I did
I've paid 15 before. I've paid more than
that.
that.
That's really tough.
Yeah.
Um, I am proud that I did not pay for a single drink the whole time I was there, but I was really drunk all the time.
Wow.
So that's also a talent.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was generally really fun and I miss Macy already and it's crazy. It like I don't know, every time I visit her I'm like, I forget that I don't live with you again."
I
It's
know.
crazy. Very
You're
crazy.
like, I just think we're on a hiatus.
Yeah, insane. But
That's how I
yeah.
feel about England.
And I know you visit him all the time. I know it.
And I still talk to you. And I'm screaming at the sky.
But Yeah, that was basically my life. Obviously, not that much has happened. Like,
I did put on the
I'm
outline. I'm like, Becca has also been living her life. Dot dot dot
alleged.
allegedly.
Yeah, it's
Do you
fine,
ever?
guys.
Sometimes I think about there was this show called Chaotic
Okay.
growing up, and it was like Pokemon, but like if instead of like having Pokemon, you had like a card and then you actually turned into the Pokemon like while you were battling.
No.
Like that was the concept of it.
Okay.
But it was interesting because like when they weren't like when they were done with the battles, they would just do like a burst and then they would like go back into the real world.
Okay.
And so sometimes I think when people aren't like in my immediate vicinity, like they just burst off and are just like in the ether until like I call them back up with my mind, if that makes
Right.
sense.
No, if people are not in front of me, I forget them, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't forget them. It's just, it's weird. I can't explain it, but I think about that all the time. I'm like, do people actually exist outside of me?
Mm. Hmm. Fair
And in
enough.
a way, they don't,
No, yeah, it's all
but they
about,
also do.
yeah. Did the tree make the sound?
Will I ever make a sound? I saw this I saw a headline. What was it? Oh, it said something like Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox News, like
Mm-hmm.
acknowledges that like Fox News hosts push like election conspiracy theories and stuff. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, in other news, the Pope comes out as Catholic. The bear comes out as having shit in the woods.
Shit in the woods.
I need to see Cocaine Bear.
Brave. Yeah, me too. Oh, that's kind of also a sad update. I did have to cancel my AMC Stubs membership. Guys, the prophecy, the prophecy was written. No, I know. I was sad, but I was spending more money because I wasn't able to see movies all the time anymore because
Really?
the theater near me has like gets one new one a month.
You said the theater near me has fleas. Oh my God, Becca,
Wait,
wait.
why are you so why are you so sad? Did you get me an actual card holder?
Well, I wasn't gonna tell you about this now.
No.
Just kidding.
Okay.
No,
Thank God.
no, that's like lore.
I know.
I feel like you're messing with the well, you're not messing with the AMC Theaters just messing with the lore at this point.
It's like,
Where are you supposed to go to feel though now?
what'd you say?
Where are you supposed to go to feel though now? Or
You're so
like where are you
right.
supposed to go to like feel like where are you supposed to go where heartbreak can feel good?
Where am I supposed to go? A place like this?
Like when the bear does cocaine, where are you supposed to go to celebrate that? Like
You're so right. Well, babe, I'm still gonna go to Discount Tuesdays, don't worry.
okay,
But
work.
I'll just spend 20 less dollars a month to do that.
Yeah.
No, but it was. And now but the weird thing is also like once you if you cancel, like they bar you from having it for the next year.
Why?
It's so rude. I don't know.
Why is that?
Like they don't want you to like abuse like I don't know. It's very
Oh, they don't
weird.
want you to pick like months where like, oh,
Certain
Top Gun
maybe movies.
Maverick,
Yeah.
Elvis,
Right. Right.
um, it's another like aggressively heterosexual movie. The Banshees of Inisherin,
Right.
The
They're like,
Fablemans, they all come out
yes.
this month. So like I need to get my Stubs membership so I can see them all.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's not allowed.
So are we ready to throw to another break or
Yeah.
okay, then we're gonna do just that and then we'll come back for our segment.